What is good, ladies and gents? So, we're gonna do a recap for the whole week and check the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything of this trading week. It has been going very great so far. So, let's review it, see what I did wrong, what I did right, what I should replicate into the coming week, and what I should cut off. So, without delay, let's get started. All right, so this is my dashboard. I've managed to connect two accounts. I've got the GFT 25K phase one. Funny thing is, I'm still in phase one after like almost a month of trading it. I have the my funded futures eval that I started yesterday by one, and I traded it yesterday. But when you check just the GFT, you can see that yesterday I didn't trade on it, but I did it on the eval of my funded futures. So let's review all of them and see how the week went in general. So this week I made 1.6k, but I'd like to put it in a percentage wise because the money could poison you in the mind. So I traded every single day this week, 3 wins, 2 losses. First win was on Monday. I traded it on the GFT account. I trailed my stop to break even, so you'll see that the planned R unrealized multiple will be so high. I mean, it's because I don't know why it doesn't calculate, why it doesn't recognize like when someone has moved to break even, but it's normal. It's okay. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go right into the trade. So this was the trade. I entered somewhere around here. It was the playbook of ICT forever model. I don't know what this is doing here. Did I say ICT forever model? I mean the ICT classic entry model. So when we review the trade here, we have this good fair value gap. Let me put the full template. Okay, so let's make it full screen. I think Shift F, right? So we have beautiful fair value gap. Where did it go? This one right here. This is the gap that I entered on. So I saw that here we had an SMT with ES. Shift is here, retracement. Right at this candle is when I entered. Wait, I'm not on the daily. Wait, sorry. Okay, the notations here are wrong. So I entered somewhere around here, retracement, then here placed my first position, here placed my second position. Like I wanted to enter all at once, but calculations on MT5 were kind of a little bit crazy because the calculations differ depending on the broker. So end up closing here, and this was the target profit. I could have held for longer, but I closed early because like the MetaTrader doesn't have the same values as this one here as a trading view. So my standard deviation level were kind of a little bit up. So we didn't leave much on the table, like $50, but it's okay. This one is also okay. So this was the first trade. The second trade, which was the worst trade of the week. No. These two trades of this day of Wednesday. Tuesday was the worst day of the week. I kind of forced a trade first, and a second thing is that I really messed it up. Like I could see that these are low probability conditions. Maybe if I entered and put a stop here, even though these are also relatively equal highs, but these were low probability conditions. Look at what was happening since 9. Slow movement would drop, retracement back into the, I think this is the first presented fair value gap. Yeah, retracement back into the first presented fair value gap, which was at 940, which is very rare. The first presented fair value gap is most of the time presented between 9:30 and 10. Sorry, 9:30 and 9:40, like the first 10 minutes. But here, it delayed a little bit, which is not bad, but why would it delay that much? So we retraced back into the first presented fair value gap, and then we started dropping. So I was like, okay, I think I could find an entry inside here. So we dropped again, left band this gap, retraced, and then this rejection is where I entered with a very tiny stop loss somewhere around here, and then I got stopped out right away. And this was a mistake. Honestly, I should have waited for all of the confirmations. For example, a potential trade, even though these were low probability conditions, You can see here we ran the highs, we dropped, shift is here, and when you zoom in, you can see that this was a very good fair value gap to retrace to, and it was also in premium, so will have met all the criteria. It would have ended up as a stop loss, probably, maybe, if I trailed it. But you can see we push up back higher once more, then we start melting the downside. It takes like almost years to happen, but it's more understandable than this. Then later on, I took another trade, which also was a loss, but I closed it manually because was it did I close manually? I think it closed back. Like I trailed the stop. Let's review it. So later again, that entry that I was telling you, you can see that we had dropped, then retracement. I think here is the 2 minute that I entered on. Yep, this right here. And then my stop was around here, so I trailed it. The moment I saw that we were dropping, trailed it here, got kicked, and then market went low. So at least this is reasonable, but the first one was very trash. So let's go to Wednesday now. Wednesday, very good win. I took around 3 trades. So the first one, which are these two, was a break even, but I left this one behind because it was like a scaling and I wanted to give more detail about it. So that's how it went. So let's review this one. This one first. So where did I enter from? Yeah, I entered short right here. Is it right here? Wait a minute. Let me check it well. 5 minutes. Okay. Pushed back up, then it started dropping. Huh. Why did I enter here though? I want to figure out why. It could be lying for me. Okay, we ran the high here, then we started to drop, and then retracement back into the. Oh yeah, this was a 15-minute fair value gap, as I remember. But we got on the 15, you can see that there was a gap. It's just that this data feed for NAS 100 is crazy, but if we check out here, we can see it more clearly. But let's use here instead of going to look for it. Now, let's go back to the 5. So there was a 15-minute fair value gap, and when you check the 5 minute, there was a small tiny fair value gap which we traced into here. So I had entered when I saw that we were dropping, we had run some highs, and we were also in this huge fair value gap here. So I entered short. So it's pretty forward. Then we dropped retracement. So actually, I think this is like the ICT entry model. We swept here, shifted, and then retraced. So this an entry that I placed here was a good one. Was the good one, which is this one, $629. But this one here was also a good one, but I kind of moved the stops too quickly, which is kind of bad, and also entering late. I could have managed to enter like when we're still in the gap, but I'm also grateful for this. So there's nothing that bad about this trade, but this one was really great. I mean, you will show the 5 minute and you'll see how it was looking like. So here we are, 5 minute, we retraced back up into this fair value gap, we ran the high. So this was absolutely great. This was the ICT entry model of entered like on a fair value gap after the shift and fair value gap retracement. I think there was an SMT or the high. Was there an SMT? I don't remember well. So we had a market structure shift, and then this was exited by take profit. So no good. And yeah, could have held it for longer. And you can see where the points it moved like even before lunch. So I could have held it like at least until lunch, which would have given me an extra 770 points. But yeah, I was like, I had a set TP in mind, which was like a standard deviation level, but I'm also okay with this. Next time I'll know how to hold on to my profits so that they can reach far. So this was a really solid 5, and yeah, this is it. Now we can go to the next trade, which was on Thursday. Thursday I got a loss. I sold low, which is absolutely insane. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. It's a mistake I made, and I recover from it. So It's part of the process. I'm not here to cry about the mistakes. I'm here to learn from them. So I sold low, like I was expecting the market to. I was thinking and speculating the market to reject the gap and then continue lower. After all, this from this here, like we had hit premium and then we started dropping. So I was like, okay, here I can find some sales. Enter, and then I get stopped out right here. And here there could have been like some buy opportunities, but I wasn't framing for buy, so I ended up like, this is where I close the charts. And another trade I took was this one, small break even. I was looking for it to go lower, but I ended up closing it at break even. Oh yeah, this one I was testing the. I didn't know that I was testing the trade of eight. Testing trade of eight with trading view. Yeah, that's why there was nothing here. So I can actually like, am I gonna delete it? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Okay, can mark it as reviewed. So this one as well was reviewed, and this one reviewed as well. So Thursday was also a red day. Then Friday was a winning day. So we made like 1.1k, and it was on the thing on the eval. So we had this sweep here, and there was also some kind of SMT with ES. We push higher, we shift right here, retracement to this fair value gap, and I waited for discount. The moment we tap discount, the rejection here, I put my position, then I waited. Remember that we have a 4-hour fair value gap and we were forming an SMT, so I ended up closing right here before the market dropped, which is absolutely sniper. So grateful for this. Let's do a recap of the whole week in the notes and see what I did good this week, what I did bad, and what I could change. So the aftermath of the week, just filled it out. There's not much I can say. So some of the thoughts from previous week. Date of the week is this 27 September 2025. So thoughts is that price ended up driving lower as I was thinking on EU and GU. Even though I didn't trade it, I managed to get some scalps in NQ. Even though NQ didn't go as I expected some bullish momentum honestly, but it ended up driving lower and showing us signs that it could have just formed the all-time high and could start dropping. But we're not here to predict, so we're here to react accordingly. So if it goes higher and forms more all-time highs, we're okay with it. If it goes lower, we're still okay with that. So what did I do well last week? I managed risk well. I executed without fear, recorded my live trading to see that how I look like when executing, and I journaled. And on managing risk, on Tuesday it's like I made profits on Monday, and then on Tuesday gave them all back. Like on Monday I made 500, Tuesday 400. Like it's like giving back almost everything. So on Tuesday I think that's a day where like I didn't manage risk effectively. That's the first thing. And okay, it's not about managing risk actually, because I took the appropriate risk on each trade. But then when I go into that spiral of thinking that I'm right and marrying my bias, so on Tuesday I kind of did that mistake, but the bias was actually correct. But I was so invested in entering without recognizing that we are in low probability conditions. I should have had the mindset of availability of setups. Like there is I should have had an abundance mindset. There's an abundant plethora of setups that I could take, but if the market says not today, then it's not today. I gotta sit and not do anything, sit on my hands, watch the charts, and leave without trading. So I learned that I shouldn't force a trade. I shouldn't force a move while we're in low probability conditions. Yes, I agree the market ended up going in my direction, but that doesn't mean that I was right. I was right on the bias, but wrong on the execution, which where I'm not here to be right on the bias. But okay, I should. It's good to be right on the bias, but also to be great with execution. So if I execute bad when I have a good bias, that still will be worthless. So I have to manage both of them. Have a good bias and analysis, which I think I'm growing slowly by backtesting, and having good executions. So on Tuesday, my executions kind of got out of hand, and I'll be looking to fix that. So this is what I will be fixing because it was my most costly mistake. The loss I made on Thursday was okay. I mean, it was manageable, even though it was also a mistake, like selling low. But I mean, I'm not here to whine about it, as I said. It's because mistakes happen, and we're here to learn from them, not for them to make us angry. So Thursday was okay. Tuesday, I risked more, and if it was not for God, honestly, I would have went on tilt. But I'm so grateful I didn't do that. So let's see what here. So what was my most costly mistake? Was marrying my bias and not recognizing low probability conditions, which was on the Tuesday, as I had said. So that was the most costly mistake. But what I'm going to replicate this week, I'm going to journaling effectively, because okay, it helps me recognize what I'm doing wrong sometimes. Like as of now, I can see that Tuesdays I messed things up. Like there's no Tuesday for this whole month, and in August I've ever got a win. I traded all of them, and then they all were red. We'll review it in a second. So Tuesdays, I think maybe it's because sometimes Monday can set up the week for a win. And then Tuesday, I think that I don't know the reason. I think maybe that I'm going to get a win again. I force some trades or stuff like that, or think that the week is going to go without me trading or something like that. But I'm learning and getting experience slowly by slowly. So I'm not trying to rush things, but so far I can recognize patterns. So all thanks to TradingView and the Lord who led me there. So let's check out the dashboard. Okay, so when you go on the dashboard, you can see that every single Tuesday, man, I caught a loss. You can see it right here. And even last month, like Tuesday, loss. So Tuesdays are the worst day in my trading, while Wednesdays tend to be fine. So yeah, it's okay. So I think this will be all for today's weekly review and this week in general. I think I'll release a video at the end of the month talking about how the month was, but this week was amazing. Wasn't bad trading wise. It was straightforward. I learned more, and I know that I will apply it. So this is all on the journey of being profitable. So I have to stay patient, and I have to make sure that this doesn't raise my confidence and be overconfident. I have to stay put and stay humble, man, because why would you like to, be that boastful and what? So, I think this will be the weekly review. If we check the monthly stats, we can see we're up 3.97, and in PNL, even though that's like poison, it's like around 2.98k, but we don't need that. Let's use percentages, because when we watch PNL, like I don't even have 3k in my account now, but I can see it on them, so it's like poison to mind. I shouldn't like really consider it. So the trade win is 39, almost 40, which is really good. And I think I'll close this here. So until next time, stay blessed.